Every single one of us is different in some way or another. In other words, we're all unique, we're all different. You could start listing all kinds of things that might make you different from the next person, and they would be able to do the same thing, and we can all do that. But I want you to consider for a moment what makes you different ultimately. And we're going to talk about that on Sunday as we dive into Genesis 6. And of course, Genesis 6 is the beginning of the flood narrative, and we're going to learn about Noah a little bit more. We're going to learn about why the flood came, and we're going to talk about 4 lessons from the flood story, and then how do we respond? How do we really take that story to heart and respond rightly to God's word? And so I'm going to challenge you on Sundays. We talk about the difference of righteousness. I'm going to challenge you to make sure that your life is marked by the right differences. There are a lot of things that we could say are different about us. There are a lot of things that people might notice that are different, but is it the difference of righteousness? Is it the difference of walking with God and what He's done in your life? And that ultimately ought to be really what points people to the difference about us. That should be what shows the world that we're different from those around us, is the way that we walk with the Lord. And so I want to encourage you to read Genesis 6 before we gather on Sunday morning. And of course, we'll get together at 9 o'clock for our prayer gathering, at 9:30 for our family groups, that Sunday school hour, and then at 10:40 for our worship celebration. I want to encourage you to join us, invite someone to join us, and let's consider the difference of righteousness. Let's consider how we could respond to God's word like Noah did and do what God's word calls us to do. Let's be different by living lives of righteousness. Looking forward to seeing you on Sunday.